Pop Funk, your show with spicy questions and even spicier food. My name is Charlie. I'm replacing our usual host, Garen, who has a big essay due tomorrow. And joining us today is Anna Potash. Anna is the president of Campus Catholic Ministries. Anna, thanks for coming.
Of course. Glad to be here.
So, we will start with a mild one.
Okay.
We'll start with some Tabasco.
Start off easy. Oh, you're trying one too.
Oh, I'm eating along
Awesome.
with you the whole way.
I'm not alone.
Exactly. How has the COVID-19 pandemic been for you so far? Changed like your life outside of CCM, the way CCM operates? What does that look like this year?
Sure. So, luckily, we've actually been able to still meet in person on Wednesdays, as well as Mass on Sundays. So, we've been lucky in that aspect where we're still able to meet with each other. For me personally, it's not been too difficult. I'm still able to go to work when I was back at home, spend time with family and friends, socially distant and everything. But I think we're still trying to keep up as much with each other as we can. We did some virtual CCMs during the summer, and we've been able to kind of go from there and keep things up. So it's been going pretty well, despite everything. My mouth is already kind of burning.
All right. Next sauce, we have some Nando's Peri Peri brand hot sauce. It's a small step up, so you don't have to go as hard as you did with the first one. It's all to your own personal preference, your own personal choice.
Okay.
For this sauce, my question is again about COVID-19.
Sure.
What kinds of plans do you guys have for the rest of the semester, for the rest of the year? I know you guys have to put on events, lots of in-person stuff in the past.
Yeah.
So what's that going to look like coming up?
So we're still meeting every Wednesday from 7 to 8:30 in the garden room underneath the chapel. We're going to continue to do that weekly, and we'll have Mass every Sunday. And we have our fingers crossed for a spring retreat, but we're not sure if that's still going to occur. We'll see. Hopefully we have girls and guys group coming up where we've created a rosary group. Some of those will be virtual and in person depending on our numbers and what we've decided to do in terms of how many people we can get. But that's what we hope. We have our fingers crossed for the retreat because we love to do that. We do it, once every semester. So that's what we're hoping for.
For our third hot sauce, we have, I believe it's called Stupid Hot. It's a habanero base, so more of an orange sauce.
Okay. Probably less sweet than the last one.
I would guess so, yeah.
All right.
And I would suggest scaling down on quantity as we scale up in spice.
Absolutely.
So for this next question, moving away from COVID-19, sort of more broadly, you're in charge of a religious group on campus, so it's sort of a religion question.
Yeah, sure.
I know a lot of students lose their religion to a certain extent when they come to college, when they're away from the usual church, when their parents aren't bugging them every Sunday morning to get up and go.
Absolutely.
So what has that experience been like for you, and do you have any suggestions for students that are looking to maintain sort of a faith presence in their lives when they're in college?
Absolutely, good question. So my parents are those parents that you just mentioned. Let's go to Mass every Sunday, get dressed, ready, family breakfast afterwards. Coming to Furman, I was a little bit hesitant. Having your parish family is a big part of why you go to church. Because you're able to meet people there and grow in community with them. And that's one thing that you lose when you come to college is you don't have that same kind of community feel. So it's intimidating at first, certainly, but our priest, Father Duncan, is very welcoming. And at the time when I joined, we had Father Pat, the exact same way, very welcoming, opening to the community. And I think that's a big part is that our members are exactly like that. We want you to come. We want you to meet people. And we'll welcome you. And, we have Wednesday programs that assist in that as well. For me personally, I kind of jumped right into it. I've always, my faith has been a big part of my life. And for me, it was easy. And that, easier said than done for some people. It's, there's a gap there. But we welcome you and, we're excited to have you join us if you so decide.
Our next one is called 100% Pain. We're continuing with the pain theme. Another habanero base for this one. And a slight ramp up.
Okay.
So moving away from religion and again away from, not so much away from COVID-19, we have another question about sort of campus life. So I know that you're a member of Zeta, right? That's where you're on campus.
I am.
And there's been some sort of anti-Greek sentiment coming out of especially the KA party, but just other gatherings on campus. I've heard from a lot of fraternity brothers that they're feeling that kind of sentiment, and I'm wondering what that's been like for you, if it's different being in a sorority. What's your take on all that?
Certainly. So I think it's a little bit different between sororities and fraternities in terms of parties. We don't so much throw parties as much as the fraternities do. So I think that kind of gives us that barrier between huge socially distant parties versus smaller events that, we have as sororities. We do, just the other day I led a workout via Zoom, and that was great. We didn't have too many people. Everyone was, 6 feet apart and everything like that. And we've been trying to do a lot more things virtual rather than in person. Of course, that's an option. But in terms of the difference between the sorority and fraternities, I think it's more just the events that you plan and, how you decide to go about that. And we've kind of erred on the side of caution and done a lot more things virtually. But I think it's been going well so far, and, grateful to have everyone back.
I don't know about you, but that's the one that always kicks me in the teeth.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
that's the first one.
Oh, I so feel it like in the back of my tongue.
This one is rude. So buyer beware.
I think it's going to be rude.
For this next question, staying along the Zeta theme, tell me a little bit about Girl Up.
Sure. So Girl Up Greenville is a mentoring program between the Zeta sisters and the girls that are in the program. And we would go over and we would play with the girls after school, or we would tutor them, help them with math or something like that. Or we would bring them to campus and show them around maybe our dining hall or, the tennis courts or wherever we, go to have fun, and just kind of give them a sense of, this is what we do as college students, and, help them, in what they want to do when they get older, and kind of help them along that way. And it's been great, and we've enjoyed it, and we actually hope to do it this coming up semester. So fingers crossed, we hope to do that again.
These last two, we've been sort of a steady, and now it kind of jumps a little bit. So take my word when I say be cautious.
Okay.
in terms of how much you put on this last one.
I can tell by how much is in the cup, or by how little.
Just gonna touch it.
Okay.
For this second to last penultimate question, I'm gonna try and put a positive spin on what has been kind of a negative year. What's one good thing in your classes or in CCM that you've taken out of this pandemic that you feel like you might keep doing after it's all said and done?
Good question. I think community is a big part of what I've learned through the pandemic, ways that you can still communicate and touch base with people that you can't physically see or, be around in person. And I think that reaching out to people, even through sending letters to each other or giving someone a phone call, I think that's been, super important, especially because you can't, go up and see your grandparents or see friends who may also be sick or have immunocompromised parents. And I think that's been a big part of kind of what's kept us together as both CCM and Zeta sisters and, as family and friends.
How you doing?
It's hot. I'm sweating.
I get the sniffles. Sometimes I get the hiccups, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen for audio quality's sake. Save the best for last. This is Blair's Mega Death Sauce.
Oh no.
This is just your chance to advertise anything CCM has coming up, anything Crusade, anything that you got coming up that you want people to know about, and then also for you to challenge anyone else you want to see come on the show. So you can pick up to three people that you think should come in here and take the heat next.
So we always welcome anyone who wants to come to CCM and join in fellowship. It's open to everybody. We'd love to see you to come out and kind of learn what we're about and spend time with each other, get to know each other through fellowship, and maybe just meet a friend or two. In terms of Zeta, we are trying to put together a service event where we're going to create goodie bags for the homeless. We'll keep them in our cars, and whenever we drive by someone who looks like they may be in need of some of the items we've packed, I know it's hot, we'll grab the bag and hand it out to them. So we're hoping to go through with that first, and then formal recruitment's coming up, so if you would like to come meet a sister, we will have more details on that soon. Let's do Joshua Butler. He's the president of BCM, Baptist Campus Ministry. Let's do the president of Zeta, who's Jamie Ward. And then, can I challenge the neuroscience department? I'm also a neuro major, so let's do it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Anna.
Absolutely.
Taking this like a champ. You're taking it better than I have because I'm over here steaming. So, well done.
Thank you.
We will see all of you next time for the next episode of Hot Funk.
I have tears in my eyes.